Hello friends, and welcome back to the farmhouse. I hope you are having a good end of summer. We did just a little bit of traveling this last few days. We've went to visit some of our family. It was our little grandson's almost birthday, so we had a little early birthday party for him. And my grandmother turned 93, and so we had a big celebration for her, and I am just so thankful that she is just doing so good and was able to get out, and we went out to eat and just had a great time with her. And so now that we're back home, I'm just getting around this morning, and I wanted to make some more bread today. It would be my second time of trying the sandwich loaf of bread, and I just realized I'm out of flour, so I don't even have the flour to feed my starter. And so I'm gonna run to town and get some flour so I can make some more bread and feed my starter. And yes, more squash and zucchini. We have just been very blessed with it, let me just say that. And oh my gosh, since we were gone for a few days, let me show you how big some of the zucchini got. Isn't this crazy? I have a whole bucket full here that got too big, but it just amazes me how fast these things will grow. And I just thought, well, a few things might get a little too big, but you know, it'll be okay. But no, we had quite a bit. So thankfully not everything was too big though, and we did pick 2 bucketfuls that are just the right size, and I have all that to put away. But for right now, I'm just gonna head into town and get my flour and then come back and bake. Or well, I won't be able to bake the bread, but I'll put the bread dough together and set it aside to rise and bake it later. Since making the last loaf and it not turning out quite like I wanted it to, I learned a few things by my trial and error that I'm going to try to do differently this time. And one of those things is in the mixing. I really want to pay attention to the feel of the dough and make sure it passes the stretch and the window pane test. I don't think I got that quite right last time, but I was going more according to the time frame that the recipe said that it should take, and I've learned since then that just because the estimated time is in the recipe, that so many other factors can come into play that may take it a lot longer. Some may even be shorter. And so this time I am not going to rush it. I'm going to keep mixing until it reaches the really just elasticy, stretchy feel. And this stretch right here did not pass because it broke, and so I'm just gonna let it mix a little longer and just keep going until it reaches that feel that I'm looking for. It's been a little while since I changed my sourdough starter over to a new container, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I just rotate these two canisters and just always have one on standby that's clean, and then I just pour what's left of my starter into the clean jar and then go ahead and feed it. I recently ordered some antiques and I am going to open them up with you here. These are, well, I'll just surprise you what they are. Steven Cirillo, he does amazing restoration work on like the colonial and primitive looking woodwork. His Instagram and Facebook just amazes me what he does with old houses, bringing them back to life in a way that they still look old. So the other day he put something on his Instagram and Facebook for sale, and I could not comment sold fast enough. And so that's what this is, if I can figure out how to get in the box. Hang on just a second and let me tear into this thing. Not a good multitasker, so I had to concentrate on how to open it. Okay. Okay, here we go. These are just amazing. They are even better than what I was expecting.
These are last quarter 18th century two-tine forks, and I cannot believe this is a whole set of 12, and they have the bone handles, and they are just amazing. I have actually been hoping to find just even a few of these kind of forks for the longest time, and here I have a whole set of 12.
Okay, this package is from Taylor at Flipping Vintage is what her handle is on Instagram, and I believe she's on Facebook too, but she is just the sweetest, and she has a shop and sells antique and vintage things in it. And so I saw this the other day and had to have it. So let me get it opened up, since we know now that I cannot talk and open a package at the same time. Got it upside down. How gorgeous. I am just in love with it. This is a Bible box, and it has an old Bible with it.
This Bible has an ownership inscription from October 1877, and it was printed in 1866. I love this detail here on the front of the box. I can't believe actually that it's still on there as old as the box is. And I would love to think that the Bible and the box has always been together, and possibly they have, but you just never know because Bibles are often replaced and passed down or given away to get a new one. Who knows? But I just love that they go together so perfectly. I really like to create a tablescape to tell a story, one that feels like it could have been told a couple hundred years ago. I've mixed in some simple early American pieces, including my new 18th century two-tine forks, and I just love bringing things that have some age and history and that make the table feel less decorated and more like it has a story of its own. So rather than trying to recreate an 18th century table exactly, I like to just borrow from that feeling and just use simple, useful pieces that look gathered rather than perfectly matched, and whenever I can, just some real history. I have a good feeling about this loaf. The dough was just nice and pillowy when I put it into the oven, and it just looks a lot better than the last one that I made. I'm sure there's still plenty of room for improvement, but I can definitely see some improvement in this one from the last. Now for the real test. Let's cut it and have a taste. The crust is always my favorite part, and it was really good. I'm so excited. It turned out so good and it tastes great, so I think I'm well on my way with making bread.
Well friends, before I end the video, I wanted to be sure and let you know that I am going to have a home tour featured on Mel and Dawn's YouTube channel, Our Story of New England. I believe it's probably going to be on Thursday, so go ahead and head over and subscribe. I know you will love their channel. They share so many beautiful home tours and their own homes, and also shops, antique shops, and all the historical things that there is to see around New England and places in their area. So head over and subscribe, and I will see you all over there this week.
As always, friends, I just appreciate you being here, and I will see you again in the next one.